The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mohsen Zia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People, based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamohsenzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mohsen Zia.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful country soul singer who's based in Washington, D.C., originally from the Southeast North Carolina area. A lot of true country roots in this wonderful country boy. He's got a song out called Tuck Away My Heart, and we'll be playing Struck Gold in just a few minutes here on the Mike Wagner Show. And he's got some great music, and this guy really has his roots in country, and he just has it so unique. You'll just think he's in the Country Hall of Fame. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Washington, D.C., the next generation country soul singer and purebred, Roger Dale. Roger, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mike. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Well, I'm excited to have you as well, too. So you're a pure country soul singer. You basically have your southern roots and your love of authentic country music. You're based in Washington, D.C. You're originally from the Southeast North Carolina area. You have a couple of big songs on Spotify and other streaming platforms, Tuck Away My Heart. And we'll be playing Struck Gold in just a few minutes. And, of course, we'll talk about some of your other works, your passions, and what you got coming up. And before we get into all that, Roger, tell us how you first got started.
Well, it all started, I would say, I'm originally from North Carolina, born and raised. Did college there, law school there, and moved here to the beautiful D.C. area in, I think, 2012 after law school. But back when I was 8, my mom was the youth choir director at my church. It was my family church where we all grew up. and she encouraged me to sing for the church. And from that, the love of music started. I was in chorus throughout high school, musical theater through college. I played trumpet and band, guitar. I play guitar now, and I just started playing Native American flute. So I've just always been just naturally attracted to music, and country music has always been my thing since I was a little boy, riding down the road with my mama, just radio blasting, windows down, listening to Kenny Chesney, Tim McGraw, guys that I idolize, Garth Brooks, and decided about 2 years ago, hey, let me give myself a shot because I love it, and I have something different because I love R&B as well, Percy Sledge. And I love all the current artists as well. And, some of my favorites, Otis Redding, they inspire me still, Stevie Wonder. And I've been started writing my own music and starting to put it out there in the world and just seeing what people think about it.
It sounds amazing, too. And what was that one precise moment that influenced you in what you're doing today? That one precise moment that says, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
The one precise moment, honestly, Mike, was I do a lot of covers of favorite artists or artists that inspire me. But last year in November, at the time she was my vocal coach, she encouraged me to do a songwriting challenge for a month. She said that if you really love country music, because you have the sound, you got to have your own material for people to take you serious. And you really got to hunker down and start learning your guitar and playing it live once you get to go to music festivals and things like that. And I started investing in myself. I started writing every day, and in the beginning it was crap. Everybody can say that. If you're a songwriter, the first one's like, what is this crap? Is it going to go anywhere? But I stuck with it, and I write every day. And so kind of continue to refine my skill and just continue to explore it and research it. And the more that I do, the more I fall in love with it. I just look forward to the day that I can do it full time, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And what do you base your lyrics on? You talk about writing a lot of music. What do you base your lyrics on?
Yeah, I really, since I was, young boy, I've always loved, my grandpa would tell stories, and so would my grandma, and they'd be stories about their childhood, and they had crazy stories, but they were real, and I'm like, this is wild. But I think I took on that mentality of tall tale type, scary stories always intrigue me. And when I write, I really love bringing emotion to the lyrics, and I love writing from different perspectives. Let different people narrate what I'm writing, first person, second person, third person. And it really does depend on the feeling I'm getting at the time. Do I want to talk about this happy moment, or do we want to talk about something where love was great at first, it fell apart, but this person is trying to salvage hope and love again? Those are all the things, because love really inspires a lot of my lyrics, and I just kind of talk about the different ins and outs of love, ups and downs. I love talking about, powerful social issues, because I'm a civil rights attorney. So I think that comes out in some of my music as well. And mental health awareness is big as well for my community. So I've started talking about that in my lyrics too.
And you say you're a civil rights attorney, and what are some of the causes that you're advocating?
Yeah, I've been doing civil rights law since I graduated from law school. I knew that that's what I wanted to do, so I went into it representing women's rights. I was working in the private sector for a great deal, representing women and other minorities that have been discriminated in the federal government. And so just, fighting their employment discrimination case. And now I'm doing policy-oriented work. So same thing, but now it's more broad protections, race, gender, religion, marital status, sexual orientation. So I'm getting to write policy that will impact law that's going to actually protect all those classes.
Mm-hmm. And if you had the power to change the world, what would you do?
I would make it so that social rights, civil rights, not only civil rights, but social justice would prevail, and all civil rights would finally get the notice they deserve, and that it's going to make us better as a society. But the more that we ignore it or make it like just a thing that we table or constantly table, we're never going to progress and get past all of the detriments that are holding society back in the United States. Mm-hmm. Specifically. I mean, I could talk about the world as well, but I'm talking about our country. We really need to hone in and just start understanding what equal rights is, and stop trying to piece it or dissect it, and just know that we all are equal and we all are afforded the same rights from the Constitution, and that's part of our civil rights. Mm-hmm. And that's what I would love to change, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And what inspired you to be a civil rights attorney?
Well, I think, growing up in a Native American community, I'm Lumbee. I'm from the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina, and grew up in a very, it was an area that we didn't have the resources afforded that some other communities did. But I kept looking and saying, man, if we did have that, we could be even better than what we are, because we are a beautiful tribe and we're a very prosperous tribe. But it really lit this fire in me, and I said, well, one day, no matter what I end up doing, I'm going to speak out against all the atrocities that I've witnessed growing up. And initially, I wanted to. I really did want to be a singer when I was young, but the life of a struggling artist did not appeal to me at the time because I grew up poor, and so I said, "Well, I got to go to college and get an education." And along the way, I just started getting into advocacy for Native American Students Association at my college at NC State, and it kind of continued on at law school, and from there, it just blossomed into where now I speak out against it, and the thing is, you don't have to be dismissive or rude. There's a way to address inadequacies when it comes to civil rights, because sometimes people really don't know, Mike. And that's what I've come to learn my 10 years in this profession is sometimes you think that someone may be just closed-minded, or they might be trying to be rude, but they're not. Sometimes they really don't know. And for me, it's a time to educate and inform people. And I think that's what continues to keep me wed to this area of law, and it intrigues me, and I continue to find passion every day. Because some days are harder than others, but yeah, that's what keeps me.
Right. And also, will we be expecting some music from you involving with civil rights and also women's rights, minority discrimination, policy-oriented, and will we be expecting that in the future?
Yeah, because I think there's parallels of a lot of stuff that I write where that comes out. And even now, I'm working to get my music to other artists that I really would love to hear sing about some of these issues, especially domestic violence. I've written some songs to really get to a female country singer, country pop, country soul, similar to my, route, and kind of get that female singer to bring this to the forefront, just because it is an issue and sometimes we're silent on it. And the same thing with gender equality in the workforce, where women are definitely, and you can look at it historically, but the disparity is real. Women are paid less. And I want to work on songs like that with other artists, female artists, to collaborate so that I can get that out to the world and say, we got to address this, guys. I mean, it's been here for years. When are you going to say this is not okay? And let's flip this. And you will hear that in my music, and my music is unapologetic, because these are things that people need to hear about.
And we'll talk about your music and more in just a minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. This 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon, Audible, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We hear a country soul singer, Roger Dale, who's based in Washington, D.C., originally from Southeast North Carolina, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And not only he's a country soul singer, he is also a civil rights attorney and studied law in the D.C. area. And we talked about some of the causes he's supporting, advocates women's rights, minority discrimination, policy-oriented work, and a lot more. And we'll talk about his music as well, too. And before we talk about your songs, Take Away My Heart and Struck Gold, we'll play that in just a couple of minutes. Who are some other favorite artists and musicians and singers growing up?
Yeah, definitely Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney. I would say now that I've found my way back to country music, and I see this as a career transition and becoming a country singer, and really taking this on, as they, looking back, I could see now how they shaped my voice, in that those guys always, they pick songs, or they write songs that there's a story or a message in it. And they still are making music today, so they continue to inspire me, especially Garth Brooks. He was one of my first original male country singers that I just fell in love with his music. And currently, I really like, one of my favorites is Luke Combs. He's a fellow North Carolinian as well. He's really just an amazing singer, and Chris Stapleton is definitely one that influences my songwriting and the soulfulness that I bring out in my music that I write.
Mm-hmm. And you also have that one song, Tuck Away My Heart, and talk about that one.
Yeah, so Tuck Away My Heart, it evolved from the songwriting thing that I did that was mentioned earlier back in November. We wrote a song every day, and we would discuss it amongst peers, and then once a week I would talk to my vocal coach. And at the end of the process, we went through, and she said, pick me the 2 strongest ones that you could feel yourself conveying to others, and you could think of a melody. And so when I read through all of them, that one kept pulling my heartstrings, and I said, let's make this happen. And she said, you're gonna put it out to the world, and you got to do it on your own. I'm not helping you do anything. And so I reached out. Just did some research online because of COVID. Everything's very remote, and this is even, right as COVID started evolving, and talked to a producer. We made it work, and it happened. And he said, put it out to the world and just see if there's a response. And if there is, you continue on. And even if there isn't a response, you continue on, right? Because someone eventually is going to hear it. And from that, I kept writing. And it led to me connecting with a very close friend. He's my close friend now, Adam. He's an amazing writer, and he and I write a lot together. So he's the creative mind behind Struck Gold. I have a song I'm dropping this Friday. It's called Pieces. We wrote that together. So a lot of this music is stories we're both from North Carolina, stories growing up down there, things we witnessed, and just kind of bring it to life because it's still very relevant.
And when can we expect Pieces again?
Pieces is going to come out on Friday. It'll be on all major streaming platforms on this Friday.
And how about some other music you have out, too, besides Tuck Away My Heart, Pieces, Struck Gold, and more? How about some other music out there?
Yeah, so those are the ones that the world they'll have right now. But next month, I'll be dropping another single, and then I'll have another single coming out in December. And in the spring of next year, I'll have my first EP album coming out. So they need to stay tuned. I have a lot of great music coming really right now. And I'm continuing to do covers just to showcase, because I think one of the things as an upcoming artist that all of us independent artists, we always have to remind ourselves is you want to always find an artist that's similar to you so that you can cover their songs, so that when people hear you, they could say, oh, okay, he does sound like so-and-so. And that's kind of what I continue to find is I'll ask people, hey, if there's a cover you ever want me to do, just inbox me. I'd love to work on it for you. And that helps me as I write and put music out there and produce stuff too. So that's what I love, the engagement that I get with this type of work, because an attorney, you usually stuck behind the desk or in the building, or you were on the phone with a client. So this is really cool.
Wrong cover song. Guilty as charged.
Yeah, exactly.
And since we're on the subject of cover songs, what are your favorite cover songs and why?
Oh, my favorite one right now, and when I get off with you, I'm doing a showcase later on my Instagram, is I love Luke Combs. And again, because I just love his sound, and he's just writing such great music. And he wrote this one called 6 Feet Apart. And it epitomizes all that we're going through right now with COVID, how we thought this was, going to pass, or some way we would be beyond it now, but we know we were not. And we're moving into the holidays. So when I heard that song for the first time, it just reminded me of the holidays and what I'm going to miss the most. And I've just been covering it ever since in my set, every time I get a chance.
And, of course, one day you'll strike gold as well, too. We'll play that song, Struck Gold, in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and for 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon, Audible, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, a country soul singer from Southeast North Carolina, now living in Washington, D.C. as a civil rights attorney, Roger Dale, here on The Mike Wagner Show. Right now, we've got Struck Gold from me from Roger Dale right here on The Mike Wagner Show.
I never believed love could feel so real. Too many lost lovers had taken the wheel, until the day that you came into view. My heart felt something special and new. Your smile sent sunshine right into my heart. And now, oh darling, I'm catching Cupid's dart. You're like the first day of summer when you're 8 years old, like a blanket by the fire when it's freezing cold, like the best part of a story that you've never been told. Babe, you got me feeling like I just struck gold. We're still together after all this time. You've loved the armor of this heart of mine. Lord knows we've seen our share of ups and downs. It's never easy keeping love on the ground, but you're right beside me at the end of the day. And if you ask, I'm always gonna say you're like the first day of summer when you're 8 years old, like a blanket by the fire when it's freezing cold, like the best part of a story that you've never been told. Babe, you got me feeling like I just struck gold. Summer when you're 8 years old, like a blanket by the fire when it's freezing cold, like the best part of a story that you've never been told. Babe, you got me feeling like I just struck gold. You're like the first day of summer when you're 8 years old, like a blanket by the fire when it's freezing cold, like the best part of a story that you've never been told. Babe, you got me feeling like I just struck gold.
That's Struck Gold from Roger Dale here on the Mike Wagner Show. Tell us more about that song and what inspired you to write, Roger. That was a great tune.
Thank you. So the song is, I'm the singer, my close friend and my co-writer, he and I write a lot together, Adam Tex Hill, originally from Robeson County, North Carolina, where we're from. He and I were just talking about things, themes, growing up, love, ins and outs of love, and we were working on another project, and he randomly called me and said, I have an idea for a song you can sing for me, and I think it'd be great for your voice. I have this vibe. He wanted to write about, overcoming, sometimes you think you have found love and it doesn't come to fruition, but you don't give up on it. And when you find it, it's everything that you imagine. Like that first day of summer when you're 8 years old, you get off the bus and you're like, man, these next 12 weeks, they belong to me. I get to hang out with my friends. And it's the most liberating feeling you've ever had. And you never forget it. And so that's the story that we're conveying. And like that first, you sit by a fire, you're in love, you think about when you're 16, 18 after a high school game, football game, and you're with your friends at a bonfire and, you have a crush right there. And you're like a blanket, you know. Oh, she's cold. Let me give her my coat, which is equivalent to a blanket. It's, you know, keep her warm. And so that's what it is. It's a story about love. The ins and outs of love. Never forgetting that it's not easy, but those feelings that you have when you first fall in love with that person, you have to continue to make sure that they continue to be, because if you lose them, then you start losing that connection, and use that connection, you lose love. And that's what it's all about, you know, just always remembering that when you love someone, as time progresses, you can always reflect back on that moment when you first fallen in love with that person, and always know there's that feeling there. And I think that's what Struck Gold gives us. And Pieces is going to be totally different, but yeah, that's what it gives us right now. It's a hopeful song about love, and especially this summer we've been stuck in the house, and people are probably going crazy like me, and just need to have something a little upbeat where you can go on your patio, get some stuff on the grill, and just jam out a little bit.
Well, it sounds like you struck gold on that one, Roger. And where can we find the song and your other tunes at?
You can find all my tunes on major streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Tunes, Amazon, Google Play, YouTube, you know, major platforms like that.
And how about your website?
And my website, yeah, that too, RogerDaleOfficial.com, guys. All my songs will be on there, things about me, upcoming shows that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of virtual concerts, thanks to B Square Management, my amazing management team. I'm going to be doing a lot of gigs throughout the next few months virtually. I'm hoping to do some special concerts on my own for Christmas, because it's my favorite holiday. So check me out and follow me on my website, RogerDaleOfficial.com.
We certainly will. We're here, a country soul singer and civil attorney, Roger Dale, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Very big thank you for your time. Looking forward to having him again soon. Just a few more minutes with Roger Dale. Roger, what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond? What else can we expect from you?
2021, you could definitely expect more visibility, more performances. I want to work with my management team to have more live shows. I want to get more suggestions from the followers, people that are following my music, that like my sound and what I'm doing. And I have my first ever EP coming out in the spring that we don't know a date because we're still developing that. You definitely expect some new music. I'm that type of person where when I have the time, if I've written something and I'm compelled to release it, I'm going to work it out and I'm just drop a random single. So definitely want to follow me along, you know, on my social media and my website. And hopefully when we get past COVID, you'll see me at some music festivals, country music festivals, because that's one of the biggest things on my goals. I really want to do the CMT Fest one day. So I'm hoping it happens for me.
And we'd love to see you on the CMT as well, too. And Roger, who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My biggest influence is Carrie Underwood. I just love everything about her. She epitomizes country music to me. Her whole trajectory, her rising from American Idol TV show to becoming one of the most biggest powerhouses, male or female, in country music. And the stuff that she sings about is similar to what I want to do. She talks about social injustices and social issues that we all should take heed to.
Mm-hmm. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point, Roger?
The best advice I could give to anyone is remain hopeful and remain positive. And instead of, allowing negativity to take over your mind, just fight with positivity and put positive energy out in the universe and positive vibes.
That sounds fantastic. Once again, country soul singer and civil rights attorney Roger Dale here on the Mike Wagner Show. Roger, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Love to have you back on. Keep us up to date. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to come hang out with you again.
That's very good. Once again, Roger, very big thank you for your time. You've been great. Looking forward again soon. And once again, tell us your website, how do people contact you, and where can people check you out?
Yeah. Follow me on social media, guys. I'm on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Roger Dale's Music, and then my official website, RogerDaleOfficial.com. Follow me there. All updated events are coming your way.
And don't forget, we'll see you in the courtroom as well.
Yeah.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mohsen Zia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing: Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People, based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamohsenzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mohsen Zia.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.